How's it going, guys? We're going to be playing some Blitzkrieg 2. Let me go ahead and set this up properly. Now, it's hard to get good a good view on Blitzkrieg 2 because it's a very old game, but I'm hoping that this will work, and we're going to go ahead and jump in and basically hope for the absolute best. We will be playing the actual original game, the anthology, and we're going to play as Deutschland. So let's see how it goes. I'm going to take the normal setting. I wanted to go for easy, but I have played the game before, so I think it's only fair that we go for normal and hope for the best.
At the end of World War I, the Treaty of Versailles required Germany to surrender portions of its territory and placed significant constraints on the size and composition of its armed forces. Despite these measures, Germany is able to struggle to its feet, and by the early 1930s stands among the world's great powers again. The Nazis, who had seized power in 1933, continue a clandestine buildup of its armed forces. By 1939, after the Anschluss of Austria and the annexation of Czechoslovakia, Germany's territory and population are larger than prior to World War I. But the Nazis have no intention of stopping there. In September 1939, Germany invades Poland. In response, the United Kingdom and France declare war on Germany. But the Wehrmacht successfully demonstrates its new tactic of Blitzkrieg to the world. Polish resistance.
Hi, Ramon, and hi, Econ Rostov. Good to see you, buddy.
Allows Germany to occupy Denmark and Norway. At Dunkirk, the British forces are nearly wiped out by a German assault. France is on the edge of defeat. All that remains is for Germany to force its way across the Marne River.
All right, pretty straightforward. So we need to force our way across the Marne. And obviously the French really weren't prepared for this attack. I really actually want to do a separate video. Eventually I'm going to start doing some sort of news videos regarding history, things like that. At least a few things I know. And for one thing, a lot of the French during the actual initial German attack were on leave. It's just amazing how poorly prepared the French were during this battle. I really believe that the French could have potentially maybe not beaten the Germans, but they certainly could have held them at bay for a lot longer to allow British troops to really solidify their presence in the country. Nonetheless, let's get to war, boys. Enough talking. I'm going to bring in another Panzer group. I'm going to move the infantry in front of the Panzer group, of course.
Was liegt an? Machen wir.
Come on, boys. Hier, Deutschland! The French are being wiped out. They're going to need to show us the tanks, or we're just going to completely dominate here.
Die machen uns fertig!
Alright, let's bring in some infantry. Oh, this is unbelievable, guys. Watch this. This is part of what makes games like Blitzkrieg 2 and Sudden Strike legendary. Just watch this, okay? These are our bombers, Junkers. This is French tanks and infantry. Get ready. And that is why you don't mess with the Luftwaffe. You will have problems, yeah? And that happens. Let's move forward. Here we go. Man, that was legendary. That was, you know, that's sort of stuff. Of course, it still happens in modern games. But back in this time period, when that happened, it got you so excited. It was just like, oh my god. Hey, Sebastian. Yeah, I absolutely could. Hold on a sec. It's already pretty low, but we can bring it down here. I remember these older games are much louder than they should be. Let's try that, see if that's better. Where B1 pops up and you can't kill it without artillery or support. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, what, you know, and I remind you and me have had this discussion before, that the French tanks were actually not as bad as people think. The French actually, at least initially, against like a Panzer II or a Panzer III, the French tanks could actually stand up to them. They just didn't get a chance to, you know, that's what happened. They were blown up to bits. If we actually had to face those French tanks, we would probably lose quite a few pieces of armor. But thank you, Hermann Göring. We really appreciate your contribution to bombing the hell out of that position. First, of course, we need to take this area, and then we can move on. We should get most of our guys here. Especially infantry. Hello, Gaming Kittens. Welcome aboard. By the way, if you're new to the channel, guys, please feel free to subscribe. That always helps. And also check out our new forums and Twitch. The forums aren't actually new because we've had them for a while, but we're revamping them. And I already see a lot of you guys are posting topics, so I'll definitely be adding something there quite soon. Alright, set us under the flag of Deutschland. Let's move forward. And now, we need to go for this town. I love the destructible environments in this game, you know, when it was actually released, especially Blitzkrieg 1. You know, this was rare. It was really rare to see this kind of thing. So, pretty cool stuff, man. Alright, we're going to engage. I'm not even sure if the French are even going to be able to get one casualty. We'll have to see. Move back, move back, move back. As soon as I said that, I had to get cocky. That tank is staying away. Good shooting, boys. Good shooting. Hey, Andrew. How you doing, buddy? So they managed to get, I think, one of our tanks. Okay. We're doing all right so far. Capture the second town. Pretty easy. Capture... What else do we have to capture? The French headquarters. Alright, for this, I definitely want our men going across first. So we want to set this up properly. Come on, Mena! We can also call in some reinforcements, although, no, I think we have the max reinforcements right now. So let's move forward with these infantry units. Sort of the starting infantry unit. Phone down, there we go. Let's go. They're definitely going to have AT guns on the other side of that bridge, so we want to neutralize those as quickly as possible. It might take out the lead tank, and a wreck like that can cause big problems. Thank you so much, Gaming Kittens. I really appreciate that. As always, feel free to share the channel on any social media. We really want to grow, and that helps big time. Social media, forums. I guess forums are social media, right? Such an old person. There we go. Nice shooting by the Aus F Panzer tank. And now, of course, we'll go straight for the French HQ here. Get across the bridge, boys. Ooh, good shooting. I'll give that to him. The fight begins. Got a martyr right in front. It's getting wasted. But this is, after all, the final battle. We do have to take out that gun. Any grenades might get us here. That is a mission success. Old school gaming, baby. Gotta love it. Alright, so not so bad at all. We only lost 9 units on the invasion of France. We're not done with the invasion, though. And our superior general is General Guderian. And he's interested in fast and skilled, basically, tank attacks. You can also obviously read sort of an overview of the operation. We can have promotions where you can basically assign manually. And I've never actually tried it, so I'm going to try to manually assign here commander. Let's see if we can figure this out. If not, we're just going to go ahead and give an auto-assign. Okay, here we go. Do you want to promote the commander of this? Ooh, we get to put in one of your names, guys. Who wants to be the commander here? Oh, this is going to be fun. We should have looked at this before. Alright, who wants to be the commander? We've got to pick a name. Especially if we have anyone that's a sponsor of the channel, something like that, we'll make him the commander. Gaming Kitten says me. You haven't put any sponsorships in. We don't trust you. Right now, Adiman is probably going to be the commander, but we'll call him the Rambling Exile, although I'm going to let him name his own unit. Also, Andrew Wavell has donated in the past, although Andrew Wavell is not a very German name. So if Andrew wants it, you have to pick a very Germanic name, Andrew. Just take your name and do the German version of it. What would it be? Antonius? No, that would be for Anthony. Andrew, I don't think you can actually translate that in German. Wavelian, you could definitely do that. Exactly, I knew Rambling Exile wouldn't want that. Put me against the wall. You are being shot for insubordination, Adiman. Shameful that he would turn against the German nation. Lion's here. I like Lion a lot, and he's one of our moderators. Yeah, he nominates Ariman, but Ariman is not interested in... If we were playing as the Soviet Union, trust me, Ariman would be like, please make me the commander, please, please. Trust me, but not in this case. Which, by the way, we can play as the Soviet Union in this game, which we might do in a future Let's Play. Okay, Herr Lion, I like that. We'll take Herr Lion. Herr Lion. Our moderator, Herr Lion. Oh, that's so cool. And we can definitely add a promotion to our elite infantry. I'm going to add one to actually our light tanks. So who wants to take command of the light tanks? Anton von Wavell, I love that. I love that. Von, and actually, I got it right. That's exactly what you would be in German. And look at you, Anton von Wavell. You kind of look like, I'm sorry to put this way, but you look a little bit like a serial child molester. It's not a very, that is definitely a mugshot for bad people. That was just a prison mugshot that they took and added German clothing, because look at the way he looks at you. He's like, hello. Hello, how are you doing? Please, I have a lollipop in my Volkswagen. Please stop by now. Yeah, that guy's creepy, man. But we'll take it. We'll take it. It's okay. And now, of course, we have to decide through Nancy, forced eviction, the dangerous steps, or gentleman's wager. What do comments come into? Welcome to the Group of Maxenius channel. Here we go. So a gentleman's wager. Let's see what this is about. Okay, so it's really suggesting we do the dangerous steps, so let's do that, and basically go forward from there, and hope for the best. We've got a critical job for a group of tanks here. We've selected you to take charge of the operation. In order to take possession of a key village along their main roadway, we need an army to bypass the minefield.
Kann Sie klar und deutlich hören.
Endlich!
Leichter Panzer meldet sich zur Stelle. Gepanzerte Einheit bestätigt Befehl.
Commander. God bless you, Ariman. I would do the same. Well done.
Die können sich auf was gefasst machen. Fertig machen zur Feuer wieder!
Los!
French!
Können Sie Ihre Zähne
Feuer!
sammeln?
Well, trust me, as long as the French are going down, Lord Cucar wears a smile on his face.
Gepanzerte Einheit
He's like,
bestätigt
a few
Befehl.
less, that's good. Let's call in some reinforcements if we can, and I think all we can call in right now are the Panzers. This is, of course, a mission made for tanks, but it's not going to be easy. And as you can see, look at that, the HQ Humber. The French really didn't have terrible tanks at all. Not during the initial invasion. Obviously, if they were facing Germany's 1944 tanks, they'd be completely crushed, but that wasn't the case. Look at all those Frenchies.
Panzereinheit rückt. Das hat gesetzt.
Wie lautet der Plan?
Einsatzbereit für Schwerauftrag.
Einverstanden!
Gepanzerte Einheit einsatzbereit. Hören.
Wipe out that tower.
Leichter Panzer meldet sich zur Stelle.
Send some of our tanks over here just in case there are any enemies up here waiting for us. Shall we please drive by? Sure, go for it, gaming kittens. And hello, Silius Derpidus. Sehr gut. Sound is back, yes. Das ist eine good thing, I think. Is the sound back now? Let's make sure. It's alright, boys. I think it should be good. Yeah, there we go.
Leichter Panzer meldet sich zur Stelle. Wir bekommen Treffer! Die können sich
Oh my
auf
goodness,
was
more!
Wir werden es ihnen schon zeigen. Panzer hier, Feind gesichtet. Wir
Move back, boys, move back, move back. I don't want to wipe out that tank, though.
Wir werden es ihnen schon zeigen.
Just start flanking the units, or the enemy with some units over here as well.
Einsatzbereit für Sperrauftrag.
Einsatzbereit. What does Einsatzbereit mean? Because I hear it so much in like these old school World War II games where, you know, people actually put an effort into teaching you something. Unlike the filth we have today, garbage and filth everywhere. Why do French tanks have 11 gears? Go for it. 10 to retreat and 1 to go forward if the enemy's in front. I've heard this before. That's a good one. Oh, Armand, you ruined the punchline. He's like, I'm fucking ruining this punch. I've heard this before. It's good. That's good though. I like that. All right, forward. Still got quite a ways to go, and there's gonna be mines. Gotta love it when your commanding officer's like, yeah, we're gonna have you go through a minefield. It's actually something quite similar happened to my father, so you can definitely relate. Like, we're gonna have you go into North Vietnamese territory at night, just to retrieve a dump truck. Is that okay with you? Is that like that's cool, right? Right? Yeah. We're now fighting a bit fiercer. Peacefully, Frenchies. Only want to bring civilization to your nation and steal all of your good wine. It's our only goal, please. That our tank just rolled right through, no respect. This is ein minefield, yeah? Yeah, it is. Well said, Lord Cucumber. What is an asshole? Many times, and
Wir sind jetzt am Zielort. Aufklärungsmission. Wir werden es ihnen schon zeigen. Die können sich auf was gefasst machen. Wir werden es ihnen schon zeigen. Panzer hier, Feind gesichtet. Die können sich auf was gefasst machen. Panzereinheit hat verstanden. Panzereinheit hat verstanden. Panzereinheit drückt auf. Die können sich auf was gefasst machen. Spähpanzer hier. Panzereinheit hat verstanden. Ihre Befehle.
Alright guys, sorry about that. I hope everything's back to normal. I just changed the port. Sorry for the mic trouble. Let me know if everything sounds a little better now, and we'll jump back in. Let's see. See if now you guys can hear me okay or not. Hello, hello. Better or good? Like, you can actually hear me. There's a big difference. Keep that in mind. A very big difference between better and actually you can hear me normally. Much better. Okay, thanks guys. Sorry about that. I think maybe that port's kind of old, but I basically just switched ports and hoping that's better. So we shall continue with the invasion of France, yeah? There's no reason to stop now. We have commenced, so let's go and kill them all. French HQ. Oh, French machine gun won't take it out with my tanks. Broken. Suffer. Very badly. Capture that HQ. Come on. Hello. Welcome. We have some infantry joining us. Gespuckgewatzt. Another joke. I like the jokes in chat. The French know they can't win, so they disgracefully tried to sabotage your mic. There's a good explanation, Herr Lion. Completely makes sense. You know, the sad part is, like, the more fanatic Nazis like Goebbels and Himmler would probably be like, that is absolutely true, yeah. Makes complete sense. Of course, unfortunately, streaming was not around back then. Maybe they would have picked a different job. Go ahead and move forward. As for the truck, yeah, I don't really have anything I can do with the engineer truck. Maybe we need to build a brake shield. Yeah, let's keep on moving. Oh my god! It's that truck! I told you to drive this way. The pathfinding in the game is not very good. Boy, got some trenches here and everything, man. They're ready for it. More people in that house. Imagine Hitler as a YouTube streamer. Believe me, one day I might attempt an actual me being Hitler YouTube stream. There's actually a really great movie, and it is basically a comedy movie. It's a dark comedy, but it really shows how Hitler would be in the modern age. Honestly, the actor that plays Hitler is amazing. He's a German actor. And the name of the film is He's Back. I highly recommend anybody that likes foreign films to check it out. Get it with English subs. It's amazing. It's an amazing performance, and it shows exactly how Hitler would react to, like, the modern world. And it's kind of fun. I mean, you know, it is a dark comedy, and there are, like, definitely dramatic elements, but part of it is really, really well done. And that guy is actually a Hitler impersonator. That's his job, and he's amazing. If anybody wants to post, actually, the trailer, Ademan, I think you'd be best at this, my friend, if it's okay with you. If you want to post the trailer of He's Back, German film about Hitler coming back from the modern war, please do. It's with English subs, so I guess most people can understand. It's some really good stuff. I highly recommend it. Oh, we're getting to the minefield. This is what the commander was talking about. Yep. They've got some, and they're in the trenches, and firing up. Well, one at a time, boys, one at a time. Sorry. Also, difficulty seems it is a funny film, but I want your guys' reaction to watch the video. Oh, that's okay. Look, I mean, if you gave us fair warning beforehand, that's rough. But you did give us fair warning beforehand. That is a rough one, man. Go ahead fire on that gun as well.
Jetzt gezeigt. Schweres Gefecht verwickelt. Panzereinheit hat verstanden. Sichtkontakt.
Nice. Now we can just focus on the enemy infantry and then we can bring in support as well. Done.
Jetzt können Sie Ihre Zähne aufsammeln. Hier,
What are you doing here, yeah?
Infanterie bereit.
Thank you, Ariman. Yeah, guys, check that out. Tell me what you think.
laut deutlich hören. Panzereinheit drückt aus.
Firing rate on this thing is amazing. Of course, against like a T-34, it would be we still got that machine gun unit right there firing away. Vickers. Wait, did Germans see the Vickers? Wait a minute, now I'm really Oh, it's on Netflix. I didn't know that. That's awesome. Good to see the German tanks in their natural state. Watching too much Soviet propaganda, Tristan. You must come here and see Goebbels' work. This is all nonsense. When our tanks are burning, we're actually just making actual strudel and sausages. These things, we are not actually destroying tanks. It's an actual ancient cooking ritual, yeah, from back in German culture, where we burn a tank and cook delicious meats over it, and cheeses and things of this nature. You're very mistaken. Let it go with the whole Jeez. You made one, that's enough. Let's see here. Oh, I've received the next rank, Hauptmann. Herr Hauptmann, very nice. So, units killed, 234 of the enemy we killed. We lost 34 men, but pretty damn good, man. I like that. So, we will continue forward here. And we have new promotions. Of course, we will manually assign them. We need a promotion for our medium tanks and our bombers. So, let's see if anyone else wants to join the ranks. As you can see, we've got Herr Lion in charge of one, and Anton von Wewel. After Andrew Wewel, well, let's just say the picture is not reflective of how awesome the guy really is. And now we need either a commander for our lead infantry, our medium tanks, and our bombers. So if you want to be any of those, let me know which one, and essentially what your name is, what you want your name to be. Yeah, no, we know you don't look like that, buddy. It's hilarious. It's a hilariously awful photo. I seriously think that the producers of the game, they couldn't get any like models to actually take a photo, so they were just like, all right, let's just go into like the sex offender log for this town and just take that photo because it's not like the guy's gonna sue us. And then just put a German cap on him. There we go. That works. Oh. Well, to be fair, I don't even think the guy's ugly. He's just creepy looking. He's like, looks like somebody that would be like in a van trying to lure children in. He's very creepy looking. Come on, we need some commanders. Somebody take up the reins. Ariman, you can join. Maybe you will be part of Operation Valkyrie later on. Who knows, yeah? We gotta get Ariman to join. We're gonna put gaming kittens in charge of our bombers. How about that? So Gaming kittens. Here we go. And there we go. Now he looks like a school shooter. I have to say that really the pictures they took for this game are not flattering. And I'm not a good-looking guy myself, but for God's sake, this is like, these pictures are like prison photos. I'm telling you, they took these from police logs. This is insanity. Look at these guys, man. This guy looks like he's up against a wall. He's holding probably a plaque in front of him that says like number 60241. I'm not even kidding. Let's put, who else can we put in? Alright, for this last one, for the medium tanks, actually for the elite infantry, I will put in, let's see how silly my guy looks, Agrippa Maxentius. Oh! Guys, we have an RPG that's going on this Sunday, so if you make it to the Dungeons & Dragons RPG, I will be your GM. I look forward to, of course, you bring your own dice, please. We don't want to have an issue like last time. That's appropriate. Fine, I accept that. So now we can go to Nancy or to a gentleman's wager. I think I'm going to go for a Nancy. And we have quite a few army branches open, including a bomber branch. So let's go for this. The village ahead of you is the latest in a series of enemy strongholds that we need to clear. Excellent. And Heinz Guderian is giving us the orders. Definitely a general I respect. The guy was a good general, no matter what you say. You're all wrong. No, he really was quite a good general. And we're going to continue here and try and do quite well with old Heinz Guderian. I don't look like that, says Gaming Kittens. None of us do, buddy. None of us do. I'm telling you, the pictures in this game are very, very suspicious. Okay, this is a major assault. We also have bomber support, guys. So cross your fingers.
Alles klar.
Die schießen auf uns! Well, I believe. That they are waiting for us. This is where some of those old lines from World War I were still there.
Feind gesichtet. Erwarten Befehle.
Ooh, man! Ooh, that was nasty.
Die greifen uns an. Ich brauche mehr Ziele.
Okay, we can actually see an enemy gun emplacement here. It looks like a gun emplacement. And I'm actually going to bring in the elite infantry. I think we've seen them in action yet. Use a bomber tank, don't worry. Ooh, and the elite infantry are probably Bolsheviks because they're coming in via giant airplane. Can't hear me speaking. What is wrong with the damn game sound? It's so loud. Put it down to like here, yeah? My goodness. At least you want to hear my voice, so that's cool. Danke, I guess. Right, let's grab these guys and move forward. Once they kind of off. These are, of course, our German infantry. I'll move over here into one of these buildings so we can kind of see what's on the road. Ihre Befehle. Okay, let's actually bring in our bombers now. Here we go, guys. Sorry, civilians. Bombers incoming. Move back, guys. Move back. Let the bombers handle this. No problem, guys. I'm sorry about that. Feel free to tell me that anytime during the stream, and I will immediately attend to it. Here we go. Yes! Actually withstood that attack pretty well. It sent in the SDKFC and some of these elite infantry units to finish them off. The special squad. They wear football helmets instead of regular helmets. If anybody gets that joke, I am an awful person. Let's keep on going. Let's drop some bombs. Once again, over here on this tank. Somwa. Somwa's really nice. 500 pounders. Damn you, Goring, useless bastard. Yeah, Goring was a morphine addict and a lot of other things. You know, pretty effective, at least initially. Here we go. Boom! Oh! Oh, I don't know if this town can be rebuilt so easily. Let's go. The only way is forward, boys. For reinforcements, I actually think some infantry would be beautiful. I know the bombers are fun to look at, but yeah, we definitely need some infantry units moving up just in case. And actually, it looks like, look at this, I didn't even notice, there are still a few guys alive in these trenches. So we probably want to hit this area with bombs, because if we don't, they could potentially hit the guys that are coming in as reinforcements. I'm actually going to move them like over here. Okay, man, it's holding its own. Deutschland über alles. Yeah, we're going straight for the main area. Boy, this is a well-fortified little area. We want to take the infantry into the woods. Bring the SKFC a little closer. Ooh, they're getting reinforcements, my goodness. A lot of reinforcements. French infantry divisions here. Of course, they stand no chance against our actual infantry divisions here, or tank divisions. Let's move back. It'd be a good time to reverse. The SDKFC is still alive, but just barely. Oh, it's a glider. Some sort of scout plane, I believe. Alright, we've got a massive amount of infantry incoming. I think we got this. They're still getting a lot of reinforcements here, but we can probably knock them out with our tanks. The machine guns on these things can wipe these units out in a few seconds. Because we don't want them getting to the trenches, so shoot them before they get to the trenches. Booyah! Nice, few SMGs there, as well as some just regular rifles. And we want to overrun this trench.
Panzer, melde sich.
Key point captured, so maybe we need to go ahead. Ooh, the ministry building. This will be the final key point. Unfortunately, we can't drop a bomber yet, but that's eventually something we probably want to try. I might go ahead and actually keep one unit here just in case. So let's keep this infantry unit here just waiting.
Sind jetzt am Zielpunkt.
Feind gesichtet. Erwarten
Sind
Befehle.
jetzt am Zielpunkt.
Marschbefehl ausgeführt.
I want to go ahead and basically just wait a bit to see if maybe that bomber refills soon. Although it might just be we have too many men. Our men are already actually getting into combat here, as you can see. So we'll let them do their thing. Go for it.
Infanterie, habe verstanden.
That we're just driving through people's houses and gardens like it's no big deal. And of course, any ministers would either be imprisoned or killed anyway. Obviously, this is what we want to take. To Mayor's residence, perhaps? I actually managed to kill a few of our infantry there. They're definitely firing and fighting back heavily. But we got them. French infantry section. Nice. Enemy HQ captured. There we go. Mission success. Das ist gut. Alright, so they actually managed to kill 128 of us. That ain't so bad, I must say. They're definitely fighting a little bit harder than they were before. So, hey, well done. Hey, Eric, how you doing, buddy? Don't rely on Goring. Yeah, you should never rely on Goring. Or any of the inner circle, really. Look at that. So you can actually see we took that area. Now we are going for a gentleman's wager. This is the next mission coming up. Should be interesting. And I'm almost about to actually increase my rank, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, yeah? What does my character look like again? We'll take a look again soon. Not good. Alright, here we go. So for the mission reward, we get a new army branch, which is pretty cool. Unfortunately, during this mission, we do not get the assistance of our bombers. We're given to understand that the French offer such pitiful resistance here that you and a fellow officer on the other side of the hill have taken it upon yourselves to wager rewarding who among the two of you can be the first to enter the railway crossing after it is liberated from the enemy. Interesting. So we're basically, it's sort of a bit of a wager, well, it is a wager, to see which of us can take this area first. Sort of what the Allies did with Berlin. Who can reach Berlin first? Hint, hint, it was the Soviets by a very, very long stretch. Well done, USSR. Let's keep on going. So we have to try to win the race. So pure Blitzkrieg here. Blow it out. Oh, we got a gun. Light AT gun here. Get rid of that. Don't get so close, you fools. I don't even need to kill all of them. I just want to kill most of them in this area for us to go ahead and bypass it. I'm actually rooting for the French to hold off our allies. Keep on going, boys. Come on, come on. Ooh, they stopped one of our tanks. It's no good. There might be a gun hidden here that I'm not seeing. Blow that house up. Well done, boys. No regard for civilian casualties. Oh yeah. Actually, unrelated story, but just as funny. When I was about, I believe, 11 years old, I went on a trip of all of Europe with my mom. A really great trip where I got to see just about every single country in Europe for at least a couple of days. And talk about fucking assholes. The tour company I was with, I think, it was called Trafalgar Tours. And the two bus drivers, like there were two buses basically full of us tourists. And they literally told us, like, we're going as fast as we can because we're in a race with the other bus. And, like, the idiots on board, except for me, my mom, and, like, a few other ones, were like, what are you talking about? We paid for this. Like, what? We're not interested in your race. And they actually, like, a few locations, I remember, especially in Bucharest, that we stayed, like, 8 hours when we were supposed to stay 2 days. It was insanity. Well, yeah. Yeah, that's just cool. Despite that, it was an amazing trip. So. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Eric. Thanks very much. But Ariman's right. It is. They all are very scary pictures that resemble certain stereotypes. Ooh! I think we're gonna get there pretty quickly. Let's go.
Endlich geht's los. Infanterie einsatzbereit. Die Panzer rollen. Jetzt wird hier mal aufgeräumt.
This is how bad the lead is.
Panzer meldet Feindkontakt. Es gibt nichts, mit dem wir nicht fertig werden. Panzer hier. Endlich geht's los. Es gibt nichts, mit dem wir nicht fertig werden.
Here we go, man. Oh, they definitely have some defenses, that's for sure. I'm gonna fire at the H-36, or the H-39, excuse me. And it looks like our allies here too. This is gonna be weird to decide who takes over, basically. Mission success! Yes! We win again. Nice. Where are you on holiday at, man? And we've also gained a rank to Major. That's a proper officer class there. Hi, Bob in the Box. How you doing, buddy? Welcome aboard. So 38 lost on our side, 226 on the enemy side. Overwhelming victory. Oh, we have some promotions. Who else wants to be promoted? Let's manually assign. We need a general for tank destroyers and a general for medium tanks. And yeah, if you guys wanted to see the current generals, so we've got me. I look like a D&D master. Possibly has not been laid for his entire lifetime. This one over here, this guy actually looks the most normal. The regular army branch, and that's Herr Lion. He actually looks quite normal. He looks pretty cool. Anton von Wavell, who's Anthony Wavell's general, looks like a child molester. And Gaming Kittens, the bomber guy, looks like a prisoner, like somebody that just completed a robbery, and they just happened to staple over some German stuff. So, if you would like to be added, let me know, and let me know which of the branches. Fair enough. All right, you want to go for tank destroyers, Arteman? What name would you like to use? We definitely want to try to keep a somewhat RP feel. So, let's go ahead and put you on... Oh, sorry, medium tanks, that's right. So we'll put you on medium tanks. And, what would you like your name to be? Herr Tristan? I think this is appropriate, yeah? Don't forget, you could always be part of Operation Valkyrie as the war progresses and get rid of Hitler. There's that. Sometimes you can't change the system unless you're inside of it. So I'm going to put your name as Tristan. We need a good last name for, like, German. German last name. Von Adiman, I like that. So you're basically a, much like, what's his name that actually started Operation Valkyrie? He's a count. So, Adiman here is a count, Von Adiman. Let's hope you don't get a creepy picture. Here we go. Guys, so the best part of this game are the pictures. Here we go. And, could potentially be a skinhead from, like, 1982 England, but not that bad, actually, all things considered. Now we need somebody to lead our tank destroyers. Who would like to lead those? Not too bad. Actually, Tristan got a decent pick. Gaming Kittens wants Friedrich von Hermann. Okay. He would definitely be a member of the SS. Ooh, I don't think we can change the name. Ooh, it is a little trick. Eric. Yes, I nominate Eric. All right, Eric is going to be our tank destroyer commander, the great Eric Guignard. And I'm going to give him a German Eric. Guignard is a bit French, but you know what? We're in French, so perhaps he's got French heritage as well as German heritage. Let's see what his photo is like. Pretty decent. Actually, Eric Guignard, his photo looks like a real general. That's cool, man. So, let's continue. And now, Swift Justice is the next mission. Mein Gott. The enemy is still retreating across the river at will here, and must be stopped. Your assignment is to lead the way across the river quickly using one of 3 bridges in this area, and then establish strong points with your tanks that will prevent the enemy from further crossings. Okay, so, yeah, pretty much we need to move quickly. That's pretty straightforward. There you go, Eric. You are commander of this tank destroyers, mein Freund. Alright. Ooh, we got some Panzer IVs, boys and girls. This is gonna be fun. Here we go. Wait, we still have bombers. We still have bombers. Let's go ahead. Oh, we have to wait for the bombers to refresh. Damn. So we're gonna have to move forward beforehand. We got some infantry. As well as a motorcycle. Get the infantry forward. Oh! Enemy bombs! The bombers! The French have bombers! The French have bombers! Wait, those are German bombers! What the hell are you doing, men? You fools! Alright, let's charge. We've done this before in World War I. Charge the trenches. Yeah, Eric did get the best one, you're right. He got the most realistic looking general. That guy they actually had to pay for a shot. Like, how much do we have to pay you? $200 is my usual fee. We'll give you like 50. Alright. You guys are weird. Why are you taking prisoner? Get out of our studio. That sort of thing. Looks like in this battle we also have quite a few allies helping us, so that's good. Let's bring in some medium tanks. Led by the great von Alemann. Yeah, this is definitely a tougher battle than the one we faced before, man. Get that gun. Get the gun. Ignore the infantry, get the gun. This is like Gravity Team Tactics, dude. In terms of the unit not listening. Fair enough, he's gone. Alright, we absolutely need to wait for some reinforcements, which we will do. That's our ally right there. Ooh, we've got some French fighter planes over here. Alright, can we bring in the reinforcements? Yeah, I think I actually accidentally dropped a bomb on myself. I saw that sort of green button underneath them, but I think that might just be experience. To be fair, though, Aramon, like, I know I agree with you for the most part, but I think that was post-42. Post-42, the Soviet Air Force does not get nearly enough respect as to how freaking amazing they were. Another thing is that even during Operation Barbarossa, the Germans got most of their kills on the Soviet Air Force on the ground by bombing airfields. I think if, like, the Soviets had, you know, sort of an idea before that the Germans were attacking, they probably would have gotten much better kills. But yeah, post-42, the Soviets started to show off their Il-2s, and they're like, no, it's not going to be so easy to destroy us. Speaking of destruction, let's drop some bombs right in the town square. Here we go, boys and girls. We are very interested in saving civilian lives, as you know. We're not interested in hurting anybody, so this is just the collateral damage is not our fault. And look at that, they actually shot down one of our bombers. Wow. Whoa, all of our bombers. It's hilarious, they still cause destruction, but yeah, the enemy definitely has things capable of shooting our bombers down. So, we're gonna go on another assault, and hopefully we want to get our infantry in the trench. That's really the goal here. Man, I didn't expect that. First time we saw that, guys. Probably get a fighter wing eventually. There's so many army branches in the game. Steelhound grenades! Nice, they already threw them. But it's a tank! Alright, bombers, we're gonna call them in again, guys. Wish us luck. Probably should have called in some infantry. I'll get in this house. So let's go ahead and attack. Immediately attack that tank. It's a strong one, man. It's not going down without a fight. Oh, I think they're going to make it to their destination. Here we go. Here come the bombers. Yes! Oh! We also blew up our own guys, so that's not great. But worse things have happened. I think. The French are definitely fighting back at this point, so we've got to call in some medium tanks for sure. Let's do that. Even some light tanks. Man, that was intense, wasn't it, boys? Let's take a look over here. So this is the main French defensive position. You can see they have a lot of men here. This is not Minecraft. No, it's not Milsimmer. Milsimmer stops by and says the weirdest things. I think he's kind of our new evil man, Tristan, but in a very weird way. His messages are almost cryptic. What's that thing called, an ARG, when somebody does like a creepypasta, it just uses like cryptic messages? I think he's doing one of those. Alright, let's bring in some light tanks. Actually, we also have the tank destroyers. And considering we're facing a lot of tanks, we should probably bring them in. But I want to have a good force this time to attack the area. The French are putting up a great fight. You've got to love in this game, and like I said, it's old, that you can actually see like all the dead bodies. You can see all of the destroyed vehicles, the burning buildings. It's such a beautiful touch to the game. It really is. It makes it actually feel real. Well, as real as you can get for, what was this, 2002, I believe? Ah, there's Lore Reloaded. How are you doing, Gaming Heretic? I'm never changing that name. Good to see you, buddy. For anybody that likes sci-fi related lore, Lore Reloaded is the place to go. He's absolutely awesome. Even though I'm not a huge sci-fi guy myself, I love to just check out some of the videos he puts specifically on Battlestar Galactica. And Lore Reloaded, please, please, I have a few other sci-fi suggestions. One of them is Hyperion, but I don't know if it's too sort of niche. But it's a sci-fi novel, Hyperion. It's really amazing. I would love a video explaining the meaning behind the book. Let's go ahead and move forward here. So we can get some more tank destroyers, or we can get some bombers. I think I want some bombers. But we definitely want to be aware of where the enemy is. We know there's a lot of them back there, so we're going to call some bombers in over here. Thank you, Scout Plane. Let's see how this works out. Hopefully their fighters don't shoot me down.
Wir kehren jetzt zur Basis zurück.
Junker 88s. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. The French are actually doing well. Thank you so much, man. I really, really appreciate that. So, guys, Lore Reloaded absolutely just donated 10 bucks. This stream is officially sponsored by him at this point. I'm not going to play any ads. And once again, I think you simply have to click on his name. Obviously, Gaming Heretic, feel free, man, to go ahead and post the link to your channel. If you guys like sci-fi, if you guys like lore, he is awesome. And he actually had a channel before that wasn't doing so well. And now he's doing really, really well for himself. So I'm very, very proud of him. Anyway, enough ass-kissing. I do love you, buddy. But now we're going to go ahead and destroy the enemy. That is what I'm talking about, yeah? So we're going to go ahead and move in here and attack the 3-inch light mortar. And these AT guns are really what the big problem is. That's what we need to take out. I'm going to call in some more bombers. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and move some of my troops into the trenches so we can really gain a foothold in the city. And thanks to Lore Reloaded, we will not be playing any more ads on this stream at all. That's gone. This particular stream, not in the future. Hi, Maifa, how you doing, buddy? Oh, still play ads, brother. I'm all about you doing well. You hit 5K before me. You're the OG. Thanks, man. Yeah, but I'm staying in like Bridgeport, Massachusetts, and you've moved to Chicago. Yo, man, you know how hard it is out here in Bridgeport, man. This shit's rough, and well, I'm in Chicago now. It's like, yeah, well, you know, I make like, you know, man, 1,000 a year, man. It's crazy. I make like 1,000 a day. Aight, bro, you know, agree to disagree. You know what I'm talking about in terms of OGs. All right, we got to move into the town, but I want to bring in some more bombers. So here we go. Especially on that AT gun position. They also have some decent tanks. And actually, what you were saying, Lore Reloaded, I'm going to give you a little bit of lore, my friend. I was actually mentioning this before, that realistically, the French tanks at the time, compared with the Panzer IIIs and the Panzer IIs, were actually pretty even. They were pretty decent tanks for the time. They didn't just keep all their World War I tanks. The biggest problem was that the French were completely unprepared for an assault. They didn't expect it. One thing I read in Rise and Fall of the Third Reich about the invasion of France was that, I don't know why they did this, but even when the French general basically got threats that the Germans were about to attack, he put his soldiers on leave. It was unbelievable. So, like, you had basically soldiers with really decent tanks that when the attack commenced, they were in town and had to go to their tanks. Not to mention, they never expected the Germans to attack through Belgium and the Netherlands. They were just like, no, that'll never happen. It was, I have to say, the admirals, or the generals at least, for the French defense when the Germans first attacked were idiots. Like, honestly, it almost makes me feel like we're in an alternate universe, because, quite frankly, the French should have easily been able, not easily, let me take that back, but they should have been able to defend a lot better against Hitler's attack. And even though they probably wouldn't have necessarily won, they could have held out so much longer, which would have shortened the war dramatically. I mean, dramatically. So it really annoys me that the French made the mistakes they did. Because like I said, this game is actually pretty fair in terms of the power of the French tanks. If anybody wants to pull up any articles regarding this, feel free, but the French really did not have such a bad tank armada. They were just incompetent. Their general staff was totally incompetent. You know, you've got threats of Germans attacking, and it's just like, oh, let's go have a cafe, please. It will be wonderful. We drink a little espresso. There's so many mistakes made, because the Somois, like this one right here, the Somois, they weren't so bad. You know, every tank has its issues. I think the Somois, it was pretty easy to get it sort of tangled up in the mud. But in general, you know, it was just pure ignorance that lost the French the battle in the war, I think. They definitely should not have been beaten as quickly as they were beaten. Yes, exactly. Gaming Kittens makes a great point. They thought it was impossible to go through the Argonne. They didn't even consider that the Germans might attack from the north. They were just like, yeah, they won't do that, don't worry. But in terms of French armor, like even during when the what's it called? The Free French Legion was created in Africa. The Free French Legion actually had some pretty decent tanks and could rival even sort of the British in terms of the tanks they had. And they did a pretty damn good job, like at destroying Germans, destroying Italian units. It was just, like Gaming Kittens mentioned, it was just tragic. The French equivalent of the Panzer during the Battle of France is actually better. They lost due to the sheer incompetence of the higher command. Yep. Basically, Agrippa is right. I know, this is true. This is absolutely the case. But yeah, exactly. And just to back up Maifa's claim, Maifa actually goes to school at a military academy. It's in the, is it in Malaysia or the Philippines, Maifa? So he studied this. But yeah, just a little lore your way, man. They were good, man, in terms of tanks, at least in 1941, 1942. Now, obviously, if you get to like 1944 and you compare 1942 German or French Somois against a Tiger, yeah, of course they're gonna get crushed. They have no chance. But pure incompetence, just like Maifa said, absolutely pure incompetence to a level that's like criminal, like truly criminal. I've even thought, and I might make a movie. I might make a video about this, like I did on my Full Metal Jacket conspiracy theories. I've even considered the possibility, because a lot of the French generals post-war actually became heads of staff of the Vichy government. I've considered the possibility that a lot of French generals knew the Germans were going to attack and purposely put their soldiers on leave. I would not be surprised, because there were a lot of French fascists, and many of those generals that failed the French miserably in the attack became members of the Vichy government, basically the French puppet state. So that's another possibility. It really could be that simple. Of course, I would have to prove that, and that takes a lot of work I'm not interested in. Moving some more tanks. Yeah, this is definitely a tougher battle, but we're slowly inching through the town. Well, it's not really a town anymore. Wow, so Lion even mentioned the French did the war games and discovered it was possible to go through the Ardennes, but the general at the time ignored the warning. I didn't even know that. The French were so stuck up their own butts during World War II. It was tragic. Obviously, like I said, the Free French Legion, which were the French post-Vichy France, were amazing. But besides them, man, it was just terrible generals. Whoa, thank you, Lord. French didn't lose due to their military sucking. I, too, enjoy fanfiction. Thanks again, man. You're awesome, dude. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, no, I always like to, like, you know, the lore I have, I know nothing about sci-fi, and that's why I go to your channel, because as far as I'm concerned with sci-fi, and there's a lot of sci-fi stuff I like, that I just don't get and want answers to. And in the same way, if I can answer questions regarding history, at least the historical stuff I know about, which is limited to say the least, but World War II is definitely one of my bigger topics, and I had always wondered the exact same thing. Like, how could France, such a large, well-armed country, who is actually keeping Germany in check for a very long time, basically, like, with the army on their border saying, like, if you guys fucking do anything, we are going to invade your ass. How they could lose so easily. And it's tragic, but yeah, it has nothing to do with the technology. Their technology was just fine. It was just pure incompetence, man. It's amazing. I want to see if Lore Reloaded can share a sci-fi equivalent of this in any sci-fi genre, dude. I would love it, because I'm sure it's been done before, like where basically there's a nation in, whether it's Star Trek or you know, Battlestar Galactica, something like this, that has a really great military force but completely fails to notice, like, the enemy threat. That's exactly what happened. We really need to bring in more guys, but we need to redo this mission. It seems like the enemy is actually holding us off, and look at all that. Tremendous amount of resistance. We've gotten this far, but maybe this is where we have to redo the mission, be a bit more careful. Well, yeah. Thank you so much, Lore Reloaded. Thanks again, man. The Dominion War. And I'm sorry, because when I lack of knowledge here, the Dominion War would be which genre, or which, series, basically. Due to lack of preparation. So, Lore Reloaded just mentioned that Starfleet constantly gets the heck beat out of it, initially due to lack of preparation and not being geared for war while having superior tech. There you go. That right there, that's a perfect explanation of what France was doing. And not just France, there were a few other nations as well. Even, and this is incredible, people wouldn't even imagine this, even the Netherlands, while their standing army was pretty small, they had a tremendous amount of defenses that they just totally ignored. It's really amazing. I don't believe in fate or anything like that, but it's almost like, fate allowed Hitler to conquer France. Maybe just to kind of show us a lesson of how nasty things can get. We've got 2 tanks. I don't think we can call in any reinforcements. We're going to keep trying to fire on what we can. And imagine if these 2 Panzer IVs win us the battle. That would be funny. Let's see if... Can we get anyone in? Come on. Oh, no one's selected yet. No, that's not the issue. Oh, there we go. Speaking of the French tanks, it's an H-39, and look at that, the frontal armor, as you can see, strong as any T-34 you'll find. They had decent frontal armor. They knew what they were doing. Obviously you have some armored cars that are terrible, but look at that, man. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, I think we're finished. Let's see what else we have. Unless we can take over our allied units, I believe we are beaten. Alright, let's exit the townhouse. One guy's in the townhouse. It's a bad sign, guys. So we should have 11 reinforcement calls, unless this is none. We should have a few more reinforcement calls. I'm not sure why we can't select them. Calling in some bombers. We may have to redo this mission. Let's take a look here at the chat while we're waiting. Hold on, guys. First one's always free, buddy. Am I in Britain? No, I'm not. Thank you, Eric. See, Eric knows where I'm at. Why would you think I'm in Britain? Is it the time zone thing? We are on the same time zone as the British. Yeah, Eric's saying redo the mission. They put up a good defense, the French, but they spread their tank in thin lines whilst the German focused on their single point for a breakthrough. Yep. Kind of. I mean, they didn't have lines, period. Ah, thank you, Ariman. Let's see, is it better now? Is the mic okay now, guys? Maybe he sent that to me before. Never mind. It might be this guy that's sending me messages. Let me see. Yeah, it was my buddy. Laura says, Adam ruins everything. Has some good videos and episodes on busting American myths. Oh, I'd love to see that. I'd love to see that. I'm sure, like, one of the videos, if they would put it up, would probably be the American contribution to World War II. Not to say the Americans didn't do amazing things, but compared to the Russians, man, they did nothing. The Russians completely kicked the crap out of the Germans in World War II, and they definitely reached Berlin first. One thing people don't know a lot of the times, and I wish I could actually pull up MS Paint and show you guys this, but basically, East and West Berlin, people seem to think that, like, why didn't people just jump over the wall into West Berlin? The thing was this, that actually West Berlin, even though it was controlled by the Americans and the British, and it was a free zone, it was deep in East Germany. West Berlin was not connected to West Germany at all. It was like, distant from it for hundreds of kilometers. So even if you were lucky enough to cross the wall, you probably would be all right. But now you have to find out, how am I going to cross the rest of this territory to get to West Germany? So it just gets really complicated, man. Laura says, I think they still would have been slow and steady based on what we see with Chintoka, which was the only Dominion territory in the Federation owned at the time and was constantly under attack. So they were already pushing out from Chintoka, but they always had a rough time holding the territory. It would have been like World War I, War of Attrition. Wow. I've got to start watching these shows more. My goodness. Very cool. Loving the convo here going on. I know nothing about what you guys are talking about, but it seems cool enough that I want to get into this series. All right, so let's see what we have. We might not have anything. Yeah, we might need to restart the mission, believe it or not. Gotten so far without restarting, but yeah, let's do that. Oh, there's no restart button. Wait a minute. We're going to send in our last unit. I just now noticed that the statue here in the middle, the monument, is totally undamaged. Which is hilarious.
Das wollte ich auch gerade vorschlagen. Hier kommt die Infanterie.
I think we're gonna absolutely gonna have to end the battle here. So let's do that. Let's end game. Restart mission. There we go. That's what we need. So I think we need to use the bombers first to basically soften the town up. Then we can start attacking with the rest of our men because we have a lot of men in the beginning here. So let's grab the bombers and let's hit the trenches. Go. Come on, Mena. You can lose this battle. There we go, baby. Oh, that is beautiful. So I'm definitely softening this area up before I attack. Look at all of the French forces here. It's huge. Looks like a few of our guys, our allies, are attacking as well. Getting some great bombs there on the French forces. But we also need, you know, of course, reinforcements. And it might actually be in our best interest to assist our friends here. So I'm actually going to drop some bombs right there at the, basically where our allies are trying to get in. But remember, we have 14 uses of our reinforcement calls, so we've got to be very careful how we use these guys. And actually, this is going to be danger close. We might actually end up dropping some bombs on our own men. I don't think so, though. I think we've got this. Come on, boys. Hermann Göring's on morphine again, and probably going to bomb the units because he's not aware of where we called in the bomb attack. No, there we go. Nice. Oh, yeah. He definitely did well. Okay, let's get some light tanks. And let's make the move soon. I'm going to wait a little bit longer. I want to bring in one more squad of bombers and bomb that trench line. Then I'll feel comfortable enough to get in here and get into the trenches. We could also drop some more bombs over here. I think just wiping out this town is going to help us tremendously, and getting our allies in here is another huge deal. We might let them take most of the damage and not take any ourselves. Gaming Kittens is saying there were a lot of people who escaped to West Germany, but a lot of people died because of the death strip, which had mines, canine, and barbed wire. Yeah, there's actually a really cool story. I need to find where it is. I think it's by Journeyman Pictures, which does a lot of bits on, you know, just anything controversial, really. And it was a guy with his buddy, and they were in East Germany. And this was in the north of East Germany, so they were right there on the border with West Germany. And there was a big fence, and these guys, you have to understand, obviously, if you were living in East Germany, you had no idea if the fences were electrified. You had no idea if the fences had mines near them, and so they just took a risk. And so what happened was, he got near the fence, and his buddy, he got his buddy to stand on his head. He actually explains this. And his buddy stands on his head to jump over the fence. At that moment, he sees a blinding light. And he wakes up in an East German hospital without his right leg. He had stepped on a mine, and when his buddy jumped over, the weight was not strong enough to hold the mine's active charge, and so the mine exploded under this guy's leg, and he lost his leg. Incredibly, he was actually okay. In East Germany, he got medical treatment, he went to a hospital, and I forget the details, the specific details of the story, but he did manage to eventually run away to West Germany. I think he may have gotten some sort of medical visa due to the massive amount of internal damage, you know, because he was basically like on the verge of death. And the other funny part of the story is he had never gone to East Germany like 20 years after this thing happened. And when he went back, the East Germans had erected a cross where he had tried to cross with his friend because they thought he died. So he saw basically his gravestone when he was still alive. And it was just a really cool story about sort of that escape thing. I mean, sad, but very fascinating. And yeah, he had stepped on a mine, essentially. That was, unfortunately, his undoing. But he was lucky. I mean, he lived. You know, that's saying a lot.
Ruhe, der Kommandant spricht. Lass sie jetzt erledigen und heimgehen.
Wir sind am Ende!
Go ahead and we're going to sweep the town, make sure there's nobody else here. We'll bring in an SDKSC. There's definitely more people here. Bomber time. Right on the Somois. Oh, yes, glory, victory. That's nice. We want to bring in another group of bombers to hit this area. I ain't moving. We also have the massive amount of French hiding out over here. Okay, here we go. This is what we wanted. This guy's just a spotter. You will sacrifice yourself for the Reich, but first kill that Somois. Come on. Get the Somois, man. You're an anti-tank gun. What the is wrong with you? Alright, at least find the enemy. Fair enough. That's good enough. That's good enough. Boom. Bomber time. Thank you for your sacrifice to the Reich. Appreciate it. Bombers on the way. Oh yeah, no fighters to stop us. Here we go. Frankreich is ours. Yes! Oh man, nice. I'm moving into town. Definitely want our guys to deal with the infantry's units attacking us. The infantry units attacking us. Good try. And we're gonna move in. At this point, I think we've done everything we can to weaken the enemy. You know, our men are not expecting us to destroy the enemy completely. They still have a job to do, and that job is to wipe out the defenses on this side of the bridge and eventually get to that French strongpoint right there. And that's where we're going to drop our payload, right there. Forward, Männer. We also have a lot of French troops here to the southwest. And look at that. Nice shooting, boys. Please kill the Somois. For the love of God, kill the Somois. Like, seriously, man? See, this is proof that the French have decent tanks. They've got more Somois on the way. Our bombers are incoming. I'll jump over there before we get to that particular part. Here we go, guys. Vive la Deutschland! 9 Frank. Oh, yes! It's definitely a hell of a fight. We gotta get those somewhat tanks. And yeah, man, they're putting up a great fight. Kill the Somois. We're doing better than we did last time, but not much better. We definitely want to bring in some more infantry, so I'm going to bring those guys in. And what we really want to do is just completely clear this part of the river. Machine gun team. Actually, no, it's an AT gun. Kill it. Ja, das ist gut.
Ihr Marschbefehl?
Very nice. A tremendous amount of reinforcements, but still enemies here doing damage to us. Let's actually go ahead and get on that AT gun. And let's get rid of that French armored car. Nice. Das ist die Kugelwagen-Automobilen schießt. 8 more reinforcements we can call. Let's bring in the tank destroyers. I'll be right back, guys. Just need to run to the little boy's room. Who knows about the assassination of Reinhard Heydrich? Well, first of all, you're misspelling the name, and I hate to be a grammar Nazi speaking of Nazis, but it is Heydrich. Yeah, I know a tremendous amount about it. One of the most fascinating things about the assassination of Reinhard Heydrich is that the funny thing is he did sustain severe internal injuries, but had he had penicillin, he would have survived. The funny thing is the Germans did not have penicillin. The Allies did. And the Germans could have probably worked out a deal with the Allies where they released a tremendous amount of prisoners to get that and save him, but they did not. Believe me when I say that the reason Heydrich died was due to a lack of penicillin. The wounds he sustained were shrapnel wounds from a grenade, a homemade grenade, nasty homemade grenade, but he could have survived. Discuss that while I go to the bathroom. I'll be right back, guys. Take a look here. Oh, no worries, man. You don't have to apologize for misspelling a name. Yes, he was an SS officer. He was head of the SS in Czechoslovakia. But another hilarious part about Heydrich's rise to power is he met with Himmler, and that's how he got the job. And let me put it this way. I'm not saying Heydrich wasn't talented, because he definitely was. The guy was a brutal, brutal guy, and he knew how to suppress revolutionary movements. But Heydrich becoming basically in control, or the Reichsminister of Czechoslovakia, would be the equivalent of me becoming the high commander of the Portuguese forces. And the reason I say that is Heydrich created the security apparatus that we know as the SS. but the only experience he had was reading detective novels as a kid. He had no military experience, nothing like that. He had an experience in the Navy, but he was actually removed from the Navy because I believe he had 2 wives or something like that occurred. But this guy, the only thing he knew about a security apparatus was what he read in spy novels as a kid. And through that, he got the job he did. So it's just really amazing. So many things about that guy that are just incredible. Like a dog sniffing for evidence, Beauvalue was saying, yep, basically. Take care, No. Thank you so much, man, for stopping by. Yeah, the Hangman of Prague. That is correct. Give me 1 second, guys. I want to make sure this port is working properly. All right, guys, we're back now here in a second. And yes, Araman, you're absolutely right. The water is very, very cold today. I wonder why. That being said, yeah. Yes, I know what you mean. I do. Let's go ahead and go back to the game and see if we can get a victory here. Okay, so can we cross and beat the Frenchies? Ah, yes, I see what you mean there. Discussions of tanks and things of this nature. And the Untermenschen. You know, so that's another thing that's important in this discussion. Let's move forward to the French line. Now, we know the French definitely have some serious defenses here, so I'm actually going to move my guys over here into the woods. See if we can't get some scouts on that area and face them that way. Wow, the Somois is fighting back. I think our guys can probably bomb it into oblivion, but it's always better to be safe than sorry, so let's make sure we actually can. There we go. We've got tank destroyers for a reason, so let's keep on moving forward. Very interesting. And I think that's it in terms of reinforcements for us, so this better work out. Oh boy. Alles klar, let's get the guns, the ET guns, kill the ET guns fast! Oh, and the Somois is still there, guys! We basically have to run across really quickly, or drive across really quickly. Come on, come on!
Leute, ihr habt den Kommandanten gehört.
Endlich! Seht ihr, wie sie laufen?
Oh, we do have some reinforcements, my goodness, thank God. Definitely want to move over here into the woods, like I said before. 5 sets. Nice. First kill the Somois. A few Somois tanks, actually. There's one down. Nice! The French are on the run.
Seht ihr, wie sie laufen? Los! Aufmunitioniert und betankt. Verstanden. Wir rücken aus.
I think the forest here is the perfect place for them to go. Let's bring some... Das Bombers. Oh, they definitely have some units here. Armored cars. Let's get rid of them. Come on, Männer! Don't let them defeat us! Beautiful! That is very good. Once we get another call, I'll either bring an infantry or maybe some light tanks, actually.
Sind im Aufmarschgebiet angekommen.
Das Luftwaffe! Oh yeah! Most of their tanks are still fine, so I definitely want to wait for those reinforcements. Man, they don't play around. Hey Dave, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you, man. You missed an awesome stream, man. We've been streaming for nearly 2 hours, and look what Lore Reloaded gave us. Oh, actually, OBS is working normally for once, so you can't see, but basically Lore Reloaded, a friend of mine, Gaming Heretic, donated $15 to the stream It's been awesome. It's been really cool. I love playing these classic games because it seems we get a lot of interest in them, and that's going to make me play them even more in the future, guys. It's definitely an old school game, but I will play more and more as we go along. Not a victory yet, not even a Pyrrhic one, my friend. This one I'm going to bring in infantry, so that we can move close and get a look at the situation.
Sehr schön.
Fertig machen zur Feuer erwidern!
So let's resupply our men. I think they're fine, but just in case. Uh-oh.
Feind in Sicht. Wo immer sie uns brauchen.
Lasst uns ihre Linien durchbrechen.
Okay. I think one more attack with the bombers will wipe them out here. We could technically keep on moving, but let's be ultra safe. No need to lose good Germans on the attack on the French. Unacceptable.
Feindliche Truppenbewegung gesichtet.
Aufklärungsmission beendet.
Oh, nice. Might get the game myself, honestly, he says. Yeah, absolutely, Armin, you should, man. It's very cheap, as Dave said. I think all the Battlefield games are cheap, and I would say Battlefield, Blitzkrieg. I would say Blitzkrieg 1 and 2 are the best. A lot of people, it was funny, I mean, we actually got a lot of subscribers on the Blitzkrieg 3 video, because, let's face it, most people are not interested in, like, actually, you know, strategy games that require you to think. They just like whatever garbage you put out. But I would say the best ones are 1 and 2. And also, we have expansions here on 1, since you guys seem to like this. And if you do, please remember to comment and hit that like button. And subscribe if you're new to the channel. But basically, you know, we have expansions for this, where I believe we can face the Japanese. I believe we can play as the Japanese. A lot of possibility here. So keep that in mind, guys. We're moving in. Let's hope we're successful this time. Somewhat. Get our men into the trenches. This must be a German victory, Männer. Key point captured. That AT gun. This guy into the building. Oh, look at that. We got reinforcements, although they happen to pop right beyond the Somwats and the AT gun. Let's kill the AT gun. Get rid of that. It's even more damaging to us than these Somwa tanks. Forward, Männer! Also, Dave, another thing you missed that was hilarious is, Araman, would you care to explain it to Dave? Because maybe in text it'll be even funnier. We basically decided to hand out generalships to our viewers, and the game has predetermined photos of these generals. Would everybody like to tell our awesome administrator, Dave Jiju, what those generals look like? Because I want to see what you guys put in text to how can I put this? To explain the look of these folks. I just want to see what you guys put down. Oh yeah! So I guess the town would be here. Yep, definitely. We want to try and get as many reinforcements as we can to attack the town. Hey Tommy, how you doing, buddy? Tommy from Texas. Now this is all we have. We're out of bombers, so we're gonna have to win the fight in the town by the grace of God. There we go. Araman explained it so well. Oh, there you go. That's the explanation. Give me school shooter. Oh god, dude! When you see the pictures, if we actually manage to win this battle, Dave, it's exactly how Aramon explained it. Like, we're actually convinced that they just took pictures of prisoners or sex offenders because that's a public photo. You can literally use it in any game you want, and they just put like German military gear on them. There are two that actually look pretty normal, but the rest look terrible. Just absolutely terrible. That's not to say that the real Nazis didn't look crazy. I mean, if anybody looks at Goebbels, for instance, the guy looks like a snake. Just like a snaky guy. A dangerous fellow. Just a nasty looking guy. Himmler, too. Himmler looks like a creep. Looks like a Boy Scout leader. Just creepy looking. The way they did in this game, man, it's too much. It really is. We have no reinforcements. We must win this battle. Come on, Deutschland. Kill the AT gun. Kill the AT gun. Then 2-pounder. This is not good.
Wir werden sie überrollen. Die Panzer rollen.
We can do this, guys. We're so close to winning the battle. Well, kind of. He says, haha, that sounds epic. Definitely gonna come back and rewatch. Me too, says Maifa. As in Jared Subway Creep. Let's put it this way, Maifa. Honestly, the guys that pose for pictures for this game, and look, I'm not a confident guy myself. I'm not saying I'm a good-looking guy, but the guys that pose for these pictures are, it's possibly the worst decision for it's not a voice actor, but for model that I've ever seen in my life, and I am not convinced that 90% of the people that got pictures in this game were paid for their pictures. I'm just not. The funniest thing is, more than likely in games like this, especially games sort of made pre-2010, it's probably the producers of the game, which is even funnier. So it's probably the game producers that just have really weird photos. I know, for instance, when I worked for Slytherin, my office photo was not a good one. It was not flattering. Sort of looked like, as many people at the office at Slytherin when I worked there explained it to me, like a criminal out on bail. So I think it's probably the producers of the game, the tech guys, the PR guys, and they're like, hey, you want to have your picture in the game? Yeah, absolutely, man. And you don't have to pay those guys, you know, because they're basically getting their payment already from the company. That's what I think occurred, and it came out beautifully. Door Kickers, the police simulator, did something similar, but they did it in a really cool way. Basically, with Door Kickers, they wanted alpha backers for their game. So if you were able to donate, I think it was $100, which I know is a lot, but if you were able to donate $100, you actually become a cop in the game that's unlockable, and they do a really good job on the portrait. Like, it actually looks like you. I wish I had donated so I could have gotten into the game. But for any of you that play Door Kickers, you know exactly what I'm talking about, where it's actually real people that have their photos as cops in Door Kickers. And guys, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to win this against the French. I think we need more reinforcements. Right now, they are crushing us. Let's take out that armored car. And now we have to focus on the Somois. I'll move this tank back here. There's more Somois tanks and trains and all sorts of things. And that's making me think we maybe cannot win this. Oh! We've gotten so far, but we have a lot of work to do, my friends. We've been streaming for what, nearly 2.5 hours? My goodness. Goebbels kind of looks like Hirohito. I don't see that. I don't see Goebbels looking like Hirohito at all. That's weird, but yeah, I guess. No, I don't see the resemblance. Does anyone else see the resemblance between Goebbels and Hirohito? I don't. Maybe I need to take a look. I think maybe Himmler looks a little more like Hirohito, but Hirohito looks very different from both. I lost against the baguette-eating French, says Maifa. Indeed, I did. By the way, guys, we have the forums going. Dave and Aramon have the link right now. They are the guys running it. So make sure to check out the forums and join them. I've actually been doing a Victoria 2 series with a number of political powers. I might do the same in Hearts of Iron 4 because we did a series today on Twitch. For those of you that missed it, you should check it out. Basically playing as the Mad Baron, Baron von Ungsten. I can't remember his last name. Ungern von Sternberg. And basically in control of Mongolia. We managed to conquer a lot of territory in East Asia, in Kaiserreich. I might upload it here to the YouTube channel, but I highly recommend you guys check out the Twitch channel and look at it. That being said, the main reason I mention the forums, not only because we're bringing them back, as well as the Discord server, but because I'm going to, with my Victoria 2 series, allow you guys to create political parties. We did this in a series before, in 2016, when the forums were more active, and it was really popular amongst the viewers. And basically the way it works is you guys form your political parties, and you guys do votes via roulette. We put in some RP elements for parties that don't have as many people attached to them. And through our Let's Play in Victoria 2, we will follow your instructions as a political party. So I hope you guys are excited about that, because that's something I really, really want to get back to. Currently in the Victoria 2 series, we're playing as Portugal, of course, but we haven't done much. We've done some amazing things in episode 2. I'm not going to tell you what. I don't expect the Victoria 2 series to draw that many viewers, but I hope you guys will watch. And hopefully, if we continue down that path, it will lead to some really cool political discussions, some political debates. We want to bring the politics to the channel, but via the game. So like RP politics. Himmler. Yeah, I could see when you said Himmler, I could kind of see a very faint resemblance when you mentioned that. Very faint. Can I put a link in the vid? Yes, I can, but let me actually get you guys the forum link right now. I should know this by heart. I'm sorry, Ariman and Dave. These guys are like, I'm serious, they're like hired help. I'm like an infirm patient at a nursing home, and if it wasn't for Dave and Ariman, I would have no idea how to run this channel. They actually have the forum link. I am going to join the forum soon. I already have an account there, but I need to go ahead and basically rejoin. I want to create a new account, and I will start posting the information regarding the Victoria 2 political system. We've done it before, so we can do it again. We love AARs. So, for instance, if you want to take any of my Graviteam Tactics videos and, take a look at them and do an AAR, please do. Another thing I wanted to share here, and I don't think most of you guys probably haven't seen this, but I got the pleasure of being asked by Joe Beard from A Wargamer's Needful Things to do an interview about being a wargamer on YouTube, etc., etc. So I want you guys, I'm going to go ahead and share this news story with you guys. You can take a look at an interview with Agrippa Maxenius. Please put a comment down below. In the interview section, you can actually comment, share the interview, etc. It's just a way to sort of spread the channel, spread the gospel of the Agrippa Maxenius channel, as it were. So I'm going to go ahead and post that right here. And thank you so much. Might do a Close Combat 3 AR if the forums revive. Been loving that game. Thank you, Rambling Exile. Thank you. Well, I know you as a different name, but I won't share it, even though people have heard it a million times. I love that, man. And the thing is, I would have loved to do a Close Combat 3 campaign. The reason I shy away from it is, as you guys can see, those of you that like the Close Combat 3 stuff, because it's such an old game and it's not made for streaming, getting an appropriate video quality to it is very difficult. So we end up having a game that takes up like 2/3 of the screen and the rest is black. And there's no way to fix that because, again, the game is very old and was made before, not before the internet, but before streaming was even a thing. So I would love to do a campaign on that. I really would like it. And if you're willing to do an AAR, I probably will move forward with it. We'll just have to troubleshoot, sort of how do we, how can I put this? How do we take this game and maybe we can expand or change the resolution so that it fills up the screen. But if that were the case, I would absolutely do it. Thank you, Tommy Bex. How long will this stream continue? Well, I'm almost coming up on 2 hours. My uncle is coming tomorrow to spend some time with me, so I'm probably going to get to bed pretty soon. Discord here. Yes, I'll jump into the Discord post-stream, actually. Let me go ahead and do that right now. For a few minutes, I'll be in Discord, guys, if you want to jump in there. So make sure to join the Therme Agrippa. And I found that it's basically sort of the name of a Roman spa, the Thermae. Ancient Roman spa. So you just go there to chill, to relax. I take a stab at WW2. Nice. You can start your own political party, Dave. I think you and Ariman get officially, you, Ariman, and Lion, since you guys are mods / administrators, get the official look. What I am going to do here, give me a second, my friends. All right, I believe I'm here. I think I need to put this on Google Chrome. Apparently, Internet Explorer, which I love. I know, I'm one of the few people that still likes Internet Explorer. Does not support Discord voice chat. So I need to go into Google Chrome. That being said, before I end this stream, I will show Dave our creepy looking generals, because it's just hilarious. All right, there we go. So let's see. We'll still see if we can win. I think it's highly unlikely.
Hier kommt die Infanterie. Lass sie uns erledigen und heimgehen.
Panzereinheit rückt aus.
Lass uns die Linie durchbrechen.
Fill the bunker.
Uns hält keiner auf.
Infanterie, habe verstanden.
Endlich
Past the
geht's los.
church. Actually, this is more like a cathedral.
Wir sind einsatzbereit.
Just driving over the graves.
Die Panzer
Why not?
Der Panzer Einheit bestätigt Befehl.
Das wollte ich auch gerade vorschlagen.
rücken vor.
We need to get behind the tanks if we even want to stand a chance of winning, so we're going to keep on moving. But I think there's way too many of them for us to get a victory here. We need to approach the battle differently. This is one of the few battles that actually seems like Blitzkrieg 1, where the game was actually difficult and challenging. Here it actually is. So we know we lost again, definitely. Oh boy, I don't know how we would approach that. We're out of any reinforcements. Mission failed! Nine! Alright guys, I'm going to get out of here. I want to thank once again Lore Reloaded, who donated to the cause and actually donated to the channel. It's a huge deal. If you guys want to donate to the channel now, number one, I appreciate it, but I ask you to please donate using the Stream Elements system. I'm not sure if Dave can find it. I might have it here on my Twitch. Let me see if I can find it. Give me a second. But basically, this allows you guys to donate to me directly. So if there are any games that come out, strategy games or otherwise, that I'm not able to get a key for, then I can basically use the funds there directly. So let me see. Come on, Twitch, be fast. I'm sorry, my Portuguese internet is not great. I must admit. It takes a while for things to load. Come on, load. But you can go here. Another cool thing about this is if you donate via this link, it shows up on Twitch Elements, on Stream Elements, and that way I know that people are actually, you know, sort of becoming part of our Twitch channel as well as our YouTube community. Let me drop that here. 1 second. Oh, yeah, the portraits. Oh, that's right. I'll give you the portraits. Absolutely. Give me a second. So, Dave, I got to show this to Dave. So, we're going to go ahead. We're going to end game. Exit to chapter map. Dave, get ready because this is special, man. This is really special. I can't think of any game with worse portraits. And seriously, like they're real portraits. They're realistic for the time. I think this game was made in 2002. You know, this is a very old game, but so they actually got like real people to do the portraits, which is cool. But when you see what they look like, oh my god. Okay, let's see. Can we jump into our? We've got to find out, guys, how to jump into our actual generals. Commander screen. Here we go. All right, Dave, get ready. So this is Hairline. Hairline looks pretty cool, actually. Pretty normal looking general, I would say. Now let's go over here to the 2nd Army Branch. A group of Maxenius, myself. I am a dungeon master, living in my parents' basement at 42 years old. As you can see, not a very, how can I put this, graceful picture of a person. Let's go to our tank destroyer squad led by Eric Guignard. He actually looks pretty good. Eric, we agreed, got the best picture out of all of them. He actually looks like kind of a tough general, like, you know, he's ready to go to war. Now it gets really bad. As you can see, Anton von Wavell looks like a child molester / sexual offender. There's no way this is not taken with a guy in a police station facing a mirror. It's just not going to happen. Medium tanks looks like somebody that just robbed a bank and is holding a wanted sign in front of them. Tristan got that one. And then bombers, gaming kittens. This one we agreed was kind of normal. Basically looks like maybe a skinhead in East Germany, or West Germany, I should say, before the fall of the Berlin Wall. Kind of that, you know, sort of early 80s skinhead look. That's about it, man. It's creepy how crazy these guys look. There we go. Yeah, very creepy portraits, I must say. But hey, you know, it is what it is. All right, guys, thank you so much for a 2-hour stream. Just absolutely unbelievable. And I want to thank Lore Reloaded again. I highly recommend you guys take a look at his YouTube channel. Make sure to mention me if you do. And it's just Lore Reloaded. If you type it into YouTube, you'll find it. He does lore on all sorts of science fiction games, and he's just amazing at that stuff. So I will jump into Discord for a bit, probably not very long, but I hope you guys have a great night or morning or afternoon, depending where you are. And thank you so much for watching the stream. I think we did it pretty well. I think we won like 6 or 7 battles. That one we're going to have to do again at a later date. Take care, my friends.